guys for, I'm just doing this for you guys, it's not like I'm doing anything special. Okay? We'll turn in our homework in a minute after I go over this. Okay? So, please, quiet. What happened?
Just for how we get.
I just wanted my... Oh, wait. Why is that thing there? I don't want that to be there. Okay, so this one, describe how the graphs... Who could tell me that? How did the graphs of y equals x and y... what's different about y equals absolute value of x minus 9? Sam? Which way? Very good. So Sam learned something from yesterday. He learned that if this is y equals absolute value of x, right, then y equals x minus 9 is going to just be pushed down. Whoops, that's not a very good graph. Pushed down 9 units. Okay? So it kind of looks like this. Did you guys see? So this point, this vertex, would be 0, negative 9. Okay. This one, graph y equals x minus 2. What would that one look like, Megan? What would y equals absolute value of x minus 2 look like?
Go down 2.
Perfect. It'd be down 2, and then you just draw the graph right there. Is that hard? Not that hard, is it? Just goes like that, and whoops, it shouldn't have arrows on both ends, but and then like that. So it goes through negative 2. Write an equation for the translation of y equals absolute value of x 1.5 units down. So now we're going the opposite direction. Now you have to come up with an equation from a sentence. Who can tell me that? Come on, Tony, tell me what the equation. If I want to move it down 1.5 units, what would it look like?
The equation?
Yeah.
Y equals x minus 1.5.
Perfect. Absolute value of x. Don't forget. Put that in. X minus 1.5. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. What does this do to the graph? Who figured that out yesterday? Hey, Jay.
The negative 5 will move it 5 units to the right.
Perfect, okay? So this is kind of what they call counterintuitive. It's opposite of what you would think, right? You would think that minus 5 makes it move right or left, right? But it actually makes it move right, okay? So that one would be the same graph as y equals absolute value of x, except that, I'm going to get a one-legged arrow here, except that it's going to go 5 units to the right, okay? So something that looks like that, and that is, this point right here is 5, 0. This will be the easiest part of your test if you just keep this stuff straight, right? And then write an equation for the translation 7 units left. Okay, so who could give me the equation 7 units left? 7 units left.
Y equals that line x.
Y equals absolute value of x.
And plus 7 y.
Plus 7 inside the brackets, okay? So that plus 7 inside the bracket is going to move it left 7. Are there any questions?
Did you mention the sameness about number 1?
The sameness about number 1?
You talked about the difference, right?
Oh, describe how the graphs are the same. Who can tell me how the graphs are the same?
The V-shape.
The V-shape is exactly the same, okay? Now, you did have one in your homework, or a couple in there. There was like a set of 3 problems where you had something that looks like this. Does anyone know what that negative sign does to that graph? What do you figure out, Alex? There's a negative 1 in front of there, but...
Does it reverse the direction?
Exactly. The reverse. Exactly. Because all it does is it takes all those y values to make them negative, right? So instead of going up like this, it's going to go down like this. So it's going to be... so that one would be... Right? That one's going to be... upside down, like that. Y equals negative absolute value of x. So, one more I want to do. Thank you. Here it occurs. So, just for kicks, let's look at one where we put it all together. So say, here's a real tricky one. Y equals negative absolute value of x plus 3 minus 1. Who could tell me what that graph is going to look like? Let me just get a graph up here. Okay, so you're doing three things to it. Can anyone other than Fred tell me? How about you, Mary? Mary's going to tell me.
You go left 3.
Perfect. Okay, so this is going to move it left 3. 1, 2, 3. Then what?
Down.
Then this is going to move it down 1. And then what? Which way? Right side up or upside down? There's a negative in front of it.
Oh.
The negative is going to flip it upside down. So that graph will look, oh, I want to get my one arrow tool. So that graph is going to look something. Mary got this. And Freddie was going to say the same thing. So it looks like that. Okay? Could you do that on a test? Not that hard, is it? Okay, next week. We'll get some more practice. All right, so that's it, I think.
So simple.
So simple. And what else? Turn in absolute value of. So we're done. What do I do now? Stop. No, I have to get out of all this.
It looks so confusing and so simple.
That's right.